now time for Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, live on the Woodward Sports Network. Every day, 2 to 4 p.m. Starring Ryan Ermanni, Michigan great and former NFL baller Braylon Edwards, and of course, Tom Mazaway. Let's talk some sports.
Hey, let's go! Friday show, September 15th, 2023. Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. Woodward Sports Network, woodwardsports.com, fox2detroit.com. If you're watching live, maybe you're watching on YouTube, we say hello. Braylon Edwards, we are coming to you live from Dispo, the new location in Whitmore Lake, a great partner for us here at Woodward Sports. Good afternoon to you, my friend.
You know I'm excited. You know whenever we're at Dispo, I'm excited. But now we're at the brand new one in Whitmore Lake, and it's very close to Ann Arbor. I can almost smell the big house from here. But, Ryan, first of all, I got to say, when you're talking to a man, you take your sunglasses off and you take your hat off. At least that's what Jay Norvell told me.
In honor of Deion Sanders, I go hat and sunglasses
there we go.
today. I did that. I was very cognizant of that fact today, my friend.
God.
Tom Mazaway, good afternoon to you, my friend.
Hello, fellas. Happy Friday. Beautiful weekend on tap. Lots of football. Let's get going.
No doubt about it. And we have Lions news. We will get there momentarily.
I don't like it.
But I do want to start with last night's game, Philadelphia and Minnesota. Two things can be true. The Philadelphia Eagles are 2-0. They are the ugliest 2-0 I've seen. This football team is not, right now anyway, Bray, as good as they were a year ago. Can they get there? Abso-freaking-lutely. But we pointed to the fact that there were two new coordinators for Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts, he struggled at times last night. A couple of really deep balls to Devontae Smith, who is so fast. When I was watching Devontae Smith last night, I just kept thinking of the element that Jameson Williams is going to give this Detroit Lions team when he gets back. Nonetheless, Philadelphia has some issues that they need to work out. And Minnesota, I'll just say it. I told you. Minnesota has, I don't want to say given up through 2 weeks. Minnesota is going to be in the hunt for one of these quarterbacks when it's all said and done, whether it be Caleb Williams, Drake May, Kirk Cousins is done. Braylon, there is so much to get into regarding last night's game. Implications for the Lions as well.
On the Minnesota side of things, it wasn't pretty as well. They were in the game, and Kirk Cousins just turns the ball over. What do we always say about Kirk? When the lights come on past 8, Kirk can't deliver. So that's something. It sucks, man. I know you want to talk about Kirk.
He got crushed.
He absolutely,
no one's holding that ball.
He absolutely did get crushed, and I'm not making it about him. I'm just saying there's a lot of different turnovers there, but we'll get to Minnesota. It's all about what we saw at the Eagles. Eagles have a fun problem to figure out. They have no identity like they did last year. Last year, they were a running football team. You saw when they ran the ball in the second half, they ran well. Your boy, 175 yards, DeAndre Swift, when they ran the ball with Jalen Hurts as well. When they tried to drop back and make him a pocket passer, it's not a pocket passer. They tried to make him a pocket passer. He's not a pocket passer. Where they thrive is when he gets out on the edge, when he's running RPO things, they kind of mix that in with the run. You dominate run. Now you're taking play-action shots. The reason why A.J. Brown was so effective for 1,400 yards last year with Jalen Hurts, a lot of play-action stuff when you're getting Gainwell going, when you're getting Miles Sanders going, when Jalen Hurts is getting going. But that was Shane Steichen. And Ryan, you called in the offseason. You said he won't be there. It'll be an interesting season for the Eagles. And you're right, but you know what? It's a good problem for them to figure out because that defense is pretty much just as good as it was last year. Got some injuries. They'll figure it out. But also, that D-line is about as real as it gets.
Matt, stick with Philadelphia for a minute. Anytime you could be 2-0 and not play your best football, that's a really good spot to be. We believe they'll get there, but they are not there yet.
It's a Thursday night game. You know what? First of all, you're going to get a sloppy game. No one's ready for the Thursday night game. They're still aching from Sunday and sometimes from Monday. God forbid you have to play on a Thursday.
This is week 2, not week 8.
I don't care. You're still coming back on 3 days. Ask the man right to your right there how it plays to play on a Thursday. It's not easy.
Not only is it not to cut you off, man, not just jumping in there. Not only is it not easy, you're talking about coming off of a training camp. Whether guys play tonight, it's still a training camp, still an irregular schedule, an annoying schedule. You go from training camp to season to a short week. So it is tough. But the thing about it, you got to look for the future. Like I said, it's a fun problem to figure out because just look at their next 4 games, man. Like they got the 2 out the way.
Yep.
Now their next 4 games, Ryan and Ermanni, you're looking at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Washington Commanders, the Los Angeles Rams, and the New York Jets. They got 4 games to really figure out what they're going to do with Jalen Hurts. Wasn't pretty, but at the same time, still the same players on the offense, minus your mask, running RPOs, running out of pocket, getting him out on the outside, giving him choices, giving him options, couple plays there, but running, dominating, and then play action pass was major. He was the second-rated play action passer last year, next to who? Jared Goff.
Hey, the stud out there was the Heisman Trophy winner, Devontae Smith, man. He is fun to watch. And did you see the sidelines? Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown going at it on the sidelines, in each other's faces, because Brown wants the ball. He only had 4 targets last night, so they'll get that straight. But DeAndre Swift looked like the guy that we all thought he was going to be. And, you know how I feel. I'm pissed.
Yeah.
I really didn't want them to let him go, but I understand why they did. They didn't want a guy that didn't want to be there to be there. But it pisses me off to see what he can do. And Rye, you tried to talk me down off the cliff last night saying, you know what, he's as good as he is, but can he keep it up? Can he stay on the field?
That's been the problem with him, though, Bray.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to tell you, man. I knew I was going to come here and do the show today, and I knew you were going to be like, but Bray, 175 yards, I told you. Maz, last year after 2 games, what was DeAndre Swift? We were talking about DeAndre Swift's going to be everything we thought he was going to be coming out of Georgia after 2 games last year, 2 monstrous games. So we got to wait, just like Ryan said, it's about the whole entirety of the season. I don't think he'll be able to play like that for the whole season. And also, if you watch him, he was a little slower than he had been. Those little steps in the ground, he looked a lot slower than he has looked in the past. So don't worry, DeAndre Swift will prove to be why they gave him away.
I told you Minnesota was going to cover last night. So if you were lucky enough to have 6.5, you covered. If not 6, you get a push. They should have won that game. And don't jump on me.
I'm not.
Justin Jefferson fumbles that ball over the goal line, which I think is an awful rule, by the way. I don't think it comes out to the 20 and the other team gets it. They got to look at that rule. Did he really fumble into the end zone?
I thought it was clear. I thought he did fumble into the end zone, to be honest with you. I thought that was an easy one.
Then they go down and kick a 61-yard field goal at the gun. 10-point swing in that game. And then the next play, in the third quarter, Kirk Cousins gets crushed, absolutely crushed. They score 1 play later.
Hey, guys, I just want to point out to everybody in the chat, we do recognize there are some internet issues right now. We are glad you are still getting the audio of us, at least. So that's the main thing right now. We'll get the video portion worked out, hopefully. But as long as we got the audio clear and everything like that, I am grateful for that now, at least. At least you can hear us and listen to what's going on out here. Even if you're having a hard time watching us. Bray, you were going to talk about, I believe, Justin Jefferson, maybe in or Minnesota, just whatever you were going to talk about.
Yeah, I was going to come on 2 things. Justin Jefferson fumble and then the sideline altercation with A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts. I'll start off where Justin Jefferson, because we're talking about that now. People got to stop trying to change rules that have been in place, been effective for a very long time. Your job as a ball carrier is to carry the ball into the end zone, and you have to have possession of it. If you don't have possession of the ball when it's crossing the end zone, it comes out to the 20-yard line as a fumble. If it fumbles in the end zone and not before, or it would have been at the 1-yard line. The rule is, hey, it went over. If he had control of the ball as it was going over the pylon like that, what would it have been? Would have been a touchdown. But as the ball was going over the pylon, he clearly did not possess it, and it went over the pylon. That's out of bounds, and the ball should go to the 20. So I have no problem with that call. As it relates to A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts, look, the fans have got to chill. People watching the game have got to chill. People that are getting privy to more angles, more camera, more sound bites, more audio. You're starting to see it all. You're starting to get behind that fourth wall in sport, behind that fourth wall, in this case, the NFL. Brothers argue all the time. Maz, how many Super Bowls did you watch the Giants win in the 80s? Can you imagine if they released the information or the sound bites that took place in that locker with those guys, on the sideline with those coaches and those players, or Jeff Hostetler or Phil Simms and Rodney Hampton and Otis Anderson? It's a lot. That's the game. You fight. You argue, whether it's coaches, whether it's a quarterback, whether it's wide receivers. They get into it. They move forward. Stop looking at it and saying, oh, my God, I can't believe he talked to him like that. Oh, my God, I can't believe he said that. Oh,
we've fought before.
On the show.
Like that doesn't bother me. I didn't look at that one.
Not you guys.
What I'm saying is, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, a 20-year-old Ryan Ermanni, an 18-year-old Ryan Ermanni, hell, a 12-year-old Ryan Ermanni is watching football.
Yeah.
You know, I might, you can't do that to your teammate. You know what I mean? But the more mature you get, you obviously know that is a working relationship, and that's there's nothing to see here. You move on.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I felt about that.
And unless you just see something that's just, erroneous. You see somebody grab somebody and slam somebody down, or somebody just putting the finger through the face mask or something like that. You don't do that to a teammate. I don't care what you guys' relationship is. You don't do that to a teammate. But in terms of a little back and forth on the sideline, you see it all the time. Lloyd and I had some beef on the sideline a couple times while I was playing, and this is my Yes, we did. It's just a part of the game, and as long as there's respect there, which there's definitely respect from A.J. Brown to Jalen Hurts, as long as there's respect there from Stephon Diggs to Josh Allen, we believe there's respect there. If there's respect there, you can move forward. Everybody just calm down.
By the way, who did Jalen Hurts go to on one of the most important – Go
Lions, baby!
Who did Jalen Hurts go to on one of the most important third down conversions of the night?
The guy that was wearing number 11.
Brown. Can I just say this about DeAndre Swift? And I'll say this – I said it about Jalen Carter the other day. The talent has never been the question for DeAndre Swift.
Right.
Can he do it more than 3 times a season? Can he play 14, 15 games a season? And can he perform like that 10 times a year? That's the question with DeAndre Swift. It has never been the talent, and it's no different from Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter was the number 1 player in last year's draft. Not one draft analyst, not one player, not one coach said otherwise. Their question on whether or not they should take him was, can he be on the field? Will he do anything to jeopardize his playing career, essentially? Braylon, I want you to react to that momentarily, but first let me tell you about Woodward Nights, Booner and Broder. That's right, 8 to 10 p.m. right here on Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Some of the brightest and best up-and-coming sports personalities our city has to offer. Booner and Broder, they are here weeknights. They'll be on tonight, 8 to 10, live. Watch them live. Watch them anytime on Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Bray, did you want to react to that about the Carter and Swift comparison?
Yeah, for the most part, just with DeAndre Swift, you said he had talent. You're absolutely correct. The talent's always been there. He's always had the ability ever since Georgia. But what you got to see for him is, can you do it every down? Like last night, you can see that he clearly was trying to prove a point that he still has it, that he's still the guy that the Detroit Lions made. I see my boy Spencer Raxter over there, that the Detroit Lions made a mistake. What happens next week now that he's had 175 yards and it looks like the Lions made a mistake? What's his energy like next week? What's his energy like the week after that? Is he going to be able to maintain that same attitude? He's mad the Detroit Lions let him go? I don't think so. I think last night was I showed you I can still do it, and we'll see him fall off the rest of the year.
No doubt. Guys, I do want to hit the Minnesota end of this, and we'll get into the Lions news, obviously. Some pretty big Lions news, I think, coming out of Allen Park today. Dan Campbell's press conference, we'll get to that momentarily, and hit on the Vikings loss as well. Is something going to come to fruition that I raised on Monday? Tom, I saw that report and just laughed.
I know.
But we'll get to that. But first, a message from Mark White.
All right, guys, when buying or selling real estate, flexibility and control, the sales process, that is the key. Sellers, how'd you like the freedom of canceling your listing agreement at any time for no reason at all with no penalty? That's exactly what Mark White and Associates offers. It's called the Minute-by-Minute Listing Agreement by Mark White and Associates. Try Mark White's risk-free minute-to-minute listing agreement today. Looking to buy or sell real estate? Visit markwhitesells.com or call 248-390. Make that 290-8242, 248-290-8242. markwhitesells.com, where flexibility meets success.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Hey, this is Mr. Kearney. Chief Academic Officer, Academy of Warren. I want to welcome you to the brand new field house. The state-of-the-art facility has a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, soccer field. It can be used for 7-on-7 football. Our K-8 academic features AM, PM, latchkey, small classroom sizes, Learning Street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, Holton Mifflin curriculum, academic games, K-8 athletics, and more. Enroll today at academywarren.net.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
You know what time it is. We are here at Dispo, Whitmore Lake. Dispo, your local plug. Look, it's the best place to consume your cannabis. Got to be 21 and up, and it's only recreational, but it doesn't matter because it is the best recreational flower, the best gummies, the best brands, the best people. You see what it is right here, Whitmore Lake, or one of their other 11 locations across the state. Dispo, your local plug.
Welcome back to Woodward Sports on YouTube. Hit the like button if you're watching on YouTube. Subscribe to Woodward Sports on YouTube. Coming up on 50,000 subscribers on this platform. We are live from Dispo, as Braylon said, in Whitmore Lake, one of the new locations here. A great partnership, Woodward Sports and Dispo. We certainly appreciate them.
Got a beautiful setup.
Absolutely.
Nice job, boys.
Some Lions
Right
news to get to that Dan Campbell said today. But before we get there, Bray, I want to talk about Minnesota for a second. I hate to say I told you so, but I never liked Minnesota this year. Never at any point did I like Minnesota. First of all, last year they were 11-0 in one-score games. Do you know what they are in one-score games this year?
0-2.
0-2. I just thought that 11-0 piece alone was nearly impossible to replicate. That's one. They lost 7 starters from the team that won 13 games a year ago, and they didn't improve in any one of those positions where they lost 7 starters. Not one position did they get better. Now, you can't just show up and play. A lot of this is not on Kirk Cousins. I think Kirk Cousins is a decent quarterback. But Kirk Cousins is like 80%, 90% of quarterbacks in the National Football League. He's a guy you can win with, not a guy you win because of. And everything has to, and that's no knock on Kirk Cousins. That's 80, 90% of the quarterbacks in the league are guys you can win with, not guys that you win because of. He's one of those guys. His team got worse. They're 0-2. It is no shock to me.
I absolutely agree with you. We talked about it yesterday. I agree with you that I didn't believe Minnesota was going to be the team this year. I said yesterday, I said, you know what? I think they're going to be at the bottom of I think they're going to be bottom of the division with the Chicago Bears. Last night, you see, before the season, you see Kevin O'Connell. He gets rid of Dalvin Cook, stays with Dalvin Cook. Say, you know what? We're going to get rid of Dalvin Cook. We're going to go with Madison. Madison's not near anywhere as good as Dalvin Cook. We're going to pass the ball more. You're going to pass the ball more with Kirk Cousins, who doesn't even have a good offensive line. So what that tells me, man, is we want to see how good Jordan Addison is. We want to see how good some of our members of our team are. But if you look at the 2024 draft class and you start looking at the quarterbacks, interesting conclusion. There's going to be enough quarterbacks that if you can necessarily not tank like the Arizona Cardinals are supposed to or the Buccaneers are supposed to, if you can get to around like the 9th pick, Maz, the 8th pick, the 12th pick, the 10th pick, there's still going to be enough quarterbacks on the board for you to pick up and start your regime over. Kevin O'Connell is a quarterback. I played him with the New York Jets. He is an offensive mind out of that Sean McVay tree. He wants to get his quarterback. And you start looking at the names. Drake May is on the board. Caleb Williams will be gone. Michael Penix Jr. Shador Sanders' name is now in the mix. Spencer Rattler is somewhere still floating around. Cam Rising and Bo Nix. There's a lot of –
J.J. McCarthy.
My apologies. J.J. McCarthy, who is, like I said, a nickel throws away. There's a lot of quarterbacks coming out in this draft, and if somebody like Kevin O'Connell is smart, he's like, let's get rid of Dalvin Cook. Let's play for organically that 8th, 9th, 10th pick, and he can start his regime with his quarterback next season.
Hawkinson had a great game last night.
We had him on fantasy, man.
2 touchdowns for the Hawk, for Braylon.
Only problem is you had Jalen Hurts.
No, I didn't. You looked at the wrong team.
Oh, good.
You looked at the wrong team.
Yes.
I have Mahomes, though.
Mahomes, okay.
Okay. But nonetheless, Alexander Madison, 3rd-round pick out of Boise State a few years ago, changed his number to #2 this year. Not the same guy as Dalvin Cook. My God, it's such a big difference. And poor guy fumbled last night, did not have a good game, 35 yards on the ground. And then he gets these racial threats on social media, people yelling at him. It's disgusting. That's a separate thing. But the receivers that they have on this team, and plus Hawkinson, Kirk Cousins is in good hands there, but like you said, Bray, they don't have the best offensive line. He might be running for his life, and he almost had his life taken from him last night. I forgot who put that big club over him and knocked him down.
Daniil Hunter, maybe?
It was unbelievable. Yeah. And Jalen Carter was almost unblockable. Did you see a couple of the times that they looked at him? But on the Minnesota side, I think they're better than you think, Rye. Yeah, they're 0-2 on one-score games already. Then they weren't going to go 11-0. Nobody's doing that. No one's duplicating that. But they're better than you think. And I think they'll be in a lot of games this year. And last night was a game I thought they'd be in, and they were in that game. And they think they could have won that game. First half, Jefferson fumbles. They go down and get a 61-yard field goal. It's lights out.
Maz, I absolutely give you credit. You called it. You said that they'd be in that game. And look, if Jefferson doesn't fumble, you might be right.
They got the lead.
Absolutely. They would have had a chance to win that game. I just go back to the statement I just made about the organics and tanking. Remember last offseason, remember they didn't make any moves. They didn't make not one move, and everybody, we're like trying to figure it out, like your team needs some pieces. That defense wasn't good last year. Offensive line had some question marks. Didn't make a move. Even in the draft, drafted Jordan Addison, damn good pick. After that, it was kind of like, then free agency after the draft. The Minnesota Vikings have not made moves, and I'm telling you, I believe it. Once you get rid of a player like Dalvin Cook, and you're 13-4 the year before, you're literally in the playoffs. You're literally in the conversation of, are you a contender or a pretender? You get rid of that guy. You don't make the moves that you should. This team is trying to play for that 8th or 9th pick, and they're going to get one of these, 10 quarterbacks that are coming out in this draft.
I want to get to the report out there from CBS. Not a report, but more of a suggestion. Something that we suggested here on this network on our show with Ari Meirov on Monday, and that is the Minnesota Vikings should trade Kirk Cousins to the New York Jets.
Facts.
In the final year of his contract, Kirk Cousins is not going to re-sign with Minnesota. He can be a free agent at the end of this season. Yeah. The Jets are not going to win a Super Bowl with Zach Wilson. They're just not going to do it. I appreciate the fact that they're still saying that that's their goals. They have to. I understand that. There is no quarterback out there on the market, not Ben Roethlisberger, not Phillip Rivers, not Carson Wentz, not Matt Ryan, not Jacoby Brissett, nobody that could fit in and do what perhaps Kirk Cousins could do. They are 0-2, and the writer's name is Cody Benjamin, covers the NFL.
We've had him on.
For CBS. Yep. And he talked about the fact they're about a loss or two away from this thing potentially heating up and being a target. I think when I mentioned it, everybody kind of looked at me and Kirk Cousins, the Jets.
Not me. I liked it.
But if you think about it, Bray, I mean, like you said, you could organically tank. You've got Justin Jefferson. You've got Jordan Addison. You've got a pretty stingy defense. It can get a little bit better, but the cupboard is not fully bare. If you get one of these 3-4 quarterbacks that are coming out in this draft next year, man, you're not down quick.
Yeah, look at how fast Sean McVay turned that thing into a Super Bowl winner. Remember their line wasn't good? Well, the line was good the next year. I've seen another team get their line really good, and that was the Kansas City Chiefs. You can get a line good if you really want to. They didn't want to because they want to organically tank. But here's the thing about maybe Kirk Cousins to the Jets. If you're the Jets, do you want to make that trade, which means maybe you got to give up Zach Wilson in a flip-flop deal to get Kirk Cousins and something? Do you want to pay Kirk Cousins' deal on top of Aaron Rodgers' deal, on top of all that, just to have another guy who's only got one playoff win and when the lights shine brightest? Although last night was not his fault,
4 touchdowns.
And that's why I just said last night was not his fault. But he has a track record. that he doesn't play on the prime time. He only has one playoff win. So are you going to get that guy, or are you going to trust Aaron Rodgers watching film with Zach Wilson getting better week by week by week, when Aaron Rodgers can say, hey, just take what you got? Because if you watch Zach Wilson, he makes the tough throws. You know the throws Zach Wilson can't make? It's the gimmies. It's the easy ones. He misses all the layups, the ones in the flats, the ones right over the middle, 3-yard slants when they're playing man coverage and they got the defender beat. He misses those plays. He doesn't know how to take certain shots. So if you got Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers said he's staying, he's locked and loaded with the Jets, and he can be in Zach Wilson's ear throughout the week, watching film with him. Hey, this is what I saw in that Bills game. What do you think about this? Hey, see how you got better in this? If you got that with him, do you really want to go get Kirk Cousins and have to do whatever they want? Because Minnesota know they got you by the short and curlies, so they're going to ask for a lot.
I do want to make one correction, and Piston fan 11, when I need to be called out, I'll call myself out. Good job. The Minnesota Vikings defense sucks. So, yeah, I stingy. Yeah. They're not stingy. They have some pieces that you could build around, but they suck right now. They're not stingy. I apologize.
Yeah, they got a player or two on the defensive line, and they got a super young second.
Right, exactly. But I'll make the correction.
Hey, getting back to Kirk Cousins for a minute. If I'm the Jets, I would do that deal in a New York minute, and that means, yes, I would do it. And I bet you can get him for a second or third round pick. It don't matter what the Vikings are going to ask. You're not going to get it.
Right.
If they want to pick, they're going to get a 2 or a 3. And the Jets would do it in a second.
And that's the point, Maz, too, because
he would win for them.
Well, that's the point, too, because Minnesota gets something out of this, too.
Yes.
If they
got to clear their deck.
Yes. If they can dump Kirk Cousins, they can organically tank and rebuild. Maybe they get, a Drake May or a Caleb Williams. If the number one team in the draft picks Marvin Harrison, if you're a top 5 pick, and you get to pick one of those two quarterbacks.
Not everyone's taking a quarterback.
Exactly, because look at,
Before the season started, if we would have done the quarterback swap situation, if we would have thrown, the New York Jets, kind of how we did I forgot what team.
I remember.
All right, so New York Jets, if we said this quarterback here, how would they fare? We're talking about Tom Brady. So before the season, would you have said if we replace Aaron Rodgers with Kirk Cousins, that he could win the Super Bowl?
I would say no, but again, the more information you have, the better informed your opinion can be. What changes? I don't think Buffalo's that good. I don't think Kansas City's that as good as they've been. I don't think the Chargers are that good. I don't think the AFC is as dominant as I thought they were. In fact, I think San Francisco is as dominant as there a team in the NFL right now. I think Dallas, through all we could do is say what we've seen so far.
Okay.
Dallas is dominant. Miami looks like one of the best teams in the AFC right now to me. So we'll see.
Right.
What do the Jets need? They need a quarterback that can be a Brad Johnson type quarterback of the 2000 friggin' Bucks. Don't get beat. Just don't let your quarterback beat you.
Only problem is when you watch the playoffs over the last couple of years, like a lot of those games, man, your favorite game probably ever now, all of a sudden the Buffalo Bills and Kansas City Chiefs, sometimes you got to score 38. Sometimes you got to score 45. Sometimes you got to score 42. So this can't be like 2002 when Tampa Bay, Keyshawn Johnson didn't have a touchdown that year, and they won the Super Bowl. I remember that. You can't do that now. You got to have a guy that in those playoffs, if you got to go to SoFi to duel with Justin Herbert, or if you got to go down to Jacksonville and duel with Trevor Lawrence, you got to be able to be ready to put 42 on the board. And I just don't know if that would be the move by him.
I think he could be as good as anybody needs him to be.
You don't even like Kirk Cousins.
No, I don't, but I respect it. I mean, I do think with that defense, Bray, for the Jets is as good as there is in the league.
I agree.
And
that's the deal for the Jets.
And now
that's who they should go get.
And now they have a running game, and now they have a couple of receivers in Garrett Wilson and Alan Lazard. You just need a quarterback to frickin' protect the game for you. And Zach Wilson, I'm not sure, is capable of even protecting the game for you. I just don't think he's that guy yet.
I just think this is what I know. All right, I'm going to tell you what I know. How many offenses did we watch in week 1, Maz, that had 7 months to prepare for the season or 6 months to prepare for the season, and they got electric quarterbacks, and they look like poop? and they look like you know what. It's because it takes a while to get that chemistry together. And these are teams. Deshaun Watson looked just okay. Joe Burrow wasn't there. It looked horrible. And the list goes on to quarterbacks that did not look good. And these are Dak Prescott. He's the one that has something to prove, and he didn't look good. It's very hard to get that chemistry together, and you're telling the quarterback to come from one place where he's been for the past 5 years, deprogram him in the span of 2 weeks, and get him playing Super Bowl championship football.
It'd be extremely difficult.
Yeah, it would be tough.
It would. There's no doubt about it.
It would be tough.
It would be extremely difficult. I just think it might be worth exploring. Zach Wilson versus Patrick Mahomes in January. Who you got in that one? Not saying that Kirk Cousins gives you that much more of a shot, but he gives you a better shot than Zach Wilson could.
I'm just saying I've seen this situation before. Mark Sanchez, I love him dearly. I love Mark Sanchez dearly. Mark Sanchez is not the reason why we got the 2 AFC championships. It was because of our defense and because of our running game in the first game in 2009. They trusted him because they trusted the players around him. And I'm saying this is a similar situation. That defense is so good. He's got some weapons on offense. It could be kind of like a Mark Sanchez maybe situation.
Guys, some Lions news came out of the press conference today that Dan Campbell has ahead of Sunday's game against Seattle. We'll get to that. Some players will not play in this one. Somewhat of a surprise, I'd say. But first, a message from Planet Fitness. Braylon, Planet Fitness. To you today.
Oh, y'all gave me Planet Fitness. Summer's a great time to join Planet Fitness. You know why? Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where anyone,
no judgments.
I mean anyone, can work out with no judgment, on their own, do their own thing. You can have your headphones on as loud as you want. You can take your time on the machines because those machines are squeaky clean. This is what we're doing over there at Planet Fitness. For more information, join Planet Fitness Day at planetfitness.com where the membership is only $10.
Only $10.
There it is.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports. Woodward and Main Street. The Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
When your home is on the line, you need a team that hits all the clutch shots.
Kaboom!
Top-notch marketing.
From long range, he's heating up.
Proven track record.
Shoots from way out yonder. He's on fire. Bullseye. From downtown. Oh, boom shakalaka.
Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
That was too easy.
Hey, guys, you got to get out to a Randy Wise Automotive because Randy Wise Automotive and Woodward Sports giving you the opportunity to play golf like a celebrity. It's the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour. Make the wise choice. Pay attention to Woodward Sports for more of the details.
Welcome back, Woodward Sports on YouTube. We are live at Dispo in Whitmore Lake. Want to thank our good friend Sean Dabish for having us out.
Oh, Sean.
Sean makes everything go at Dispo. And, of course, Alan Marogi, the store general manager here in Whitmore Lake. They take such good care of us out here. The hospitality, you just feel like you're home when you're at Dispo. And we cannot thank them enough for their hospitality. Everything they do for us at Woodward Sports. It is an incredible partnership, and we are so glad to partner up with Dispo here in Whitmore Lake and the several locations around the Metro Detroit area. Guys, let's talk some Lions now. Braylon, I was a little surprised today to listen to the Dan Campbell press conference and have him tell me that Josh Paschal is expected to be out this week and, quote, out a while. Josh Paschal injured last week, and he's going to be out for some time. He
injured in practice.
He made a really big play in week 1 against Kansas City as well. And again, when you – and I go back to your former general manager, man. and this is
I
what
knew what
scares
you were
me
about
about
to say.
J-Mo. When you take an injured player in college, they're an injured player in the NFL. And right now, Josh Paschal was an injured player in college, and he's come to the NFL, and he can't play more than one game. It sucks because the guy's got all the talent in the world.
Yeah, here's the thing that sucks. The thing that sucks is the one thing people try to say about Dan Campbell, not Dan Campbell, but Brad Holmes, is that he's drafted and he's brought in hurt players. That's one of the biggest knocks. And you're absolutely right. Mike Tannenbaum came on our show last year and he said, you know what sucks when you draft? I can almost imitate how Mike talks, but he said, when you draft these hurt players, players get hurt again. And that seems to be the case so far. A lot of players that I've played with that were hurt in college, like Frank Gore. Frank Gore tore his ACL twice when he was at the University of Miami. When he got to San Francisco 49ers, tore his ACL twice. Thomas Davis, who was an outstanding linebacker for the Carolina Panthers, played in the Super Bowl with a broken forearm, by the way, tore his ACL at Georgia. Guess what he did when he was with the Carolina Panthers? He tore his ACL twice. It's one of those things that seems to be true, but the good news is for the Detroit Lions, that defensive line is a lot better than we thought it was this year. You watched that game. Dan Miller talked about it. That's the side of the ball. That is the position. That is the area of the game that he was surprised about, whether it was John Kaminsky in the backfield, whether it was Pascal, whether it was Aiden, who just dominated all day on that left side, or whether it was Charles Harris and other players. That line played a lot better than we thought they were going to play, so although we will miss him, it sucks. The defensive line seems to be in good hands.
And, Maz, that is one area when you look at a position group, the defensive line, where they do have some options there. You've got Romeo Okwara. You've got Isaiah Buggs. And I love Buggs. I think that's a really solid player.
Maybe he
for the
steps
Lions.
up now.
Hopefully he can come up for the Lions this week.
I'll tell you, man, with Paschal, when he goes down, you never really hear about his injuries. Have you ever noticed that about him? He's going to be out a while.
You don't even know what's injured.
You don't know it's injured.
He's like the Kawhi Leonard.
Well,
It's the hernia. It's probably a hernia again. And Bray, how long does that knock you out for? Because let's just speculate.
A year.
That's what it is.
So there are different levels of hernias, different levels of kind of like groin and things of that nature. Man, I remember Chris Perry. Chris Perry played with a bad groin. They did a fishnet type surgery on his after the season before he went to the NFL, but it nagged him. He wasn't the same player as he was his following year when it was over. So it's all about the pain he can take. It's all about his threshold of pain. The one thing I will say though that does suck about this, the one area that we struggled in that I wanted to, that we all kind of wanted to shore up was the interior defensive line. Yeah. That's the space, and now with the Jalen Carter, all that got talked about, but we thought we were in good hands. Well, Pascal plays outside and inside. When he made that play last week, Ryan Ermanni,
he was on the inside.
He made it from the inside. So that's going to spell bad news for the Detroit Lions. But like you just said, man, you hope. What did Isaiah Buggs say? He said, you know what? I'm here. Yep. I'm ready to commit.
Let's go.
This was last season. Everything happens for a reason. I think Isaiah Buggs is going to have a freaking awesome game.
I hope you're right, man.
Taylor Decker's another guy who got injured in the game, finished out the game, left in a boot. Dan Campbell said he is, quote-unquote, less than questionable to play in this one. Nothing serious. Right. They don't anticipate it to be anything serious, but they are probably going to have to fix some things on the offensive line. He said, Braylon, that they mixed and matched because he believes they have really 6 starters with Glasgow and 7 if you want to include Nelson, but they've experimented all throughout that offensive line, whether it's putting Penei Sewell at left tackle and moving Vaitai to the right tackle and Glasgow to right guard. They have experienced putting Vaitai at left tackle and putting Glasgow at guard. They're doing a whole series of combinations to that offensive line. He said they were going to continue to do that at practice today and see which combination worked out the best.
Well, here we go. We always said we were going to put Penei back on the left side at some point. It looks like that time is here. No, Ryan, you said all the names, so I don't need to repeat them. We got a lot of offensive linemen. That is the driving force for Detroit Lions. It's been the driving force for the Detroit Lions the last 3 years. A dominant offensive line. Now they're healthy. Well, now with the exception of one player. It doesn't matter the rotation. It doesn't matter how they go across the board. Whether you got Penei on the left or Penei on the right, Jonah on the left, Jonah on the right, Vaitai left, right. Doesn't matter. As long as you got Big Frank Ragnow in the middle, that line is going to do the things that they want to do. They're going to pound the defensive line of the Seattle Seahawks because they are a very strong unit.
Want the inside story, the inside scoop on the Detroit Lions? Tune in Tuesdays and Sundays. Tuesdays 7 to 8, on Sundays from 8 to 9 for the Lions Insider Show, hosted by Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and the legend himself, Terry Foster. Watch on our YouTube channel, Woodward Sports on YouTube, the Lions Insiders, Woodward in Maine. Sunday morning, start your game day with us, 8 a.m. to 9, the Lions Insiders. Maz, just hit you with it real quick here. The offensive line is the straw that stirs the drink for the Detroit Lions.
And the most expensive part of the team.
That is why you have depth in this area, too. This is why Graham Glasgow came back here and signed a free agent deal with Detroit. They saw value in that. It is nice that you got your starters for one game. It would be nice if it was more than one. But nonetheless, this team, this organization is prepared with 7 guys, really, that they could trot out there.
When we talk about the difference between this team and other Lion teams, depth. All right, so they have some depth there. I'd still like to see him put a call out to my guy, Dan Skipper. Dan Skipper, come on back. I don't know if you're on a team, but come on back, huh? Taylor Lewan sitting around, sitting on the beach doing his podcast. There's guys out there. If you need to bring him in, don't let this opportunity slip by. If Taylor Decker needs a game or 2 off, give the man his rest. We need him for the rest of the season. But that's the NFL, guys. If you stay healthy, you got a hell of a chance to win. Lions were so healthy in the second half of last year. Stay healthy, my friends.
Yeah, the best way to stay healthy is also have depth, and that's what the Detroit Lions did. We talked about this is going to be one of those years where the team is really good and they got good depth. Everybody's not going to make this team. Everybody's not going to be around because the guys that they had waiting in the wings and the guys that they got in the second position, the third position, those guys are damn good players. I mean, look, Jonah Jackson made the Pro Bowl 2 years ago. Jonah Jackson's name is right there as a backup. So this is what they do. This is what the Lions do. They have prepared for the situation with the depth. I think we have good depth. I will be very interested to see the interior of the defensive line on Sunday. But outside of that, they have the depth. They'll be fine going against the Seattle Seahawks, where people say what you want to, man. Like, I know they had a really good year last year, Ryan, just like you said about the Vikings. It's tough to have back-to-back years like that. Another thing, the quarterbacks that are struggling in the league, they all seem to have what? Defensive coaches, and Pete Carroll's no different. He's a defensive coach.
Emmanuel Mosley will not play this week either. So will he play next week? Will he not play? Because they chose not to put him on IR to start the season, thinking that he wouldn't have to miss 4 games. So I think every week we're wondering, is this the week Emmanuel Mosley plays? He will not play this week. But, hey, if he could play in week 3 or week 4, it would be worth it not to put him on IR. So we'll see what happens with that. Dan Campbell also had a thought about the ski masks. He was asked about that today, funny. And he was like, well, I talked to CJ about that, and we've got families out here, sons and daughters and moms and dads, and we just kind of said, relax on that.
I told you guys the other day, look, Dan Campbell said the same thing I saw. You see a bunch of guys coming at you with ski masks on, man, it's not a friendly sight.
That seems like it will not be a thing moving forward at Ford Field.
The ski mask?
Yeah.
I think it might, I think it'll be this game. I think it'll be this game. You'll see a lot of people come out in droves. They'll wear them for a second, take them up. Hey, let's take a picture. Let's do that. But I think the thing will start dying down, and slowly but surely it'll only be a couple hundred guys bringing them to the games for the rest of the season.
Hey, speaking of dying down, are they dead or are they alive? We're going to have a segment coming up next. I will name the 0-1 team. You tell me if they're dead or if they're alive. We'll do that next. Also, it's a fill-in-the-blank Friday, and we're going to talk to the general manager out here at this store at Whitmore Lake for Dispo, Alan Marogi, in hour number 2 of the program. Lots to get to. Our pick segment as well.
Ooh.
You want to make some money this weekend? We got you covered.
Better listen to us.
But first, a message from SMA.
All right, guys. The Sports Marketing Agency helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their podcast, This is the S Word, helps fight the word stigma about seeking help. If you or someone you know is struggling right now, you got to head to thesportssma.com. That's thesportssma.com.
Come hang with the Woodward Sports crew. All join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. That's right, college basketball's most elite event. You and your 5 best friends just get to any Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register to win the trip of your dreams. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented...
Hey, guys, how'd you like to win a $100,000 Vegas getaway?
Oh, we love it.
Take your closest friends and live it up in a city that never sleeps. It's the Cintron Energy. Drink it and live it. Purchase a 24-pack today and enter to win the $100,000 Vegas getaway at drinkcintron.com/Vegas. Buy your Cintron at your local Meijer store. Cintron, the healthier energy drink with the great taste and the choice of people who desire to look good and feel great and be the best versions of themselves. drinkcintron.com/Vegas.
I'd like to have a little fun with you.
Let's do it.
Okay? And I want to get everybody involved in the chat as well. Feel free to get involved. Here we are. We're at Dispo in Whitmore Lake. Proud partner of Woodward Sports. Ryan Ermanni, Braylon Edwards on a Friday. Tom Mazaway with us. The great JB Parker here, too. I'd like to play Dead or Alive. And how the game is going to work is I will name the 0-1 or 0-2 team to you, and you tell me whether you believe this team is dead or alive.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
Fairly simple. You guys want to have some fun?
I love it. I love to have fun.
Okay. Here we go. Maybe, JB, can we get a little beat maybe? Do we have those capabilities on the road?
Of course we do.
Maybe, maybe not. Oh, look at that. Okay, a little bit of fun. Kind of makes me think of, smoking weed or something. Yeah, we're out here smoking that pot. Can I say that?
Listen, bro.
Braylon?
Come on, man. Cap, no, you can't say
Cap,
that.
can't say pot.
It's 2023,
Not
bro.
allowed to say pot.
Smoking that. You smoking that gas?
Smoking like gas.
Pure pressure.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? It's that pure pressure.
That kind pot.
See, there you go. See, notice that was part of the government grant or the state grant. It was like, look, y'all can sell it, you just can't call it weed. Have to call it flower.
Flower. I love it.
Creative term.
All right,
Cannabis.
guys. Here we go. Braylon first up here. Pittsburgh. Are they dead or are they alive? Dead. Maz?
I've always had them dead.
They're out of there.
Dead. Let's kill them.
They're out of there.
What about the New York Football Giants? Dead or alive?
They're alive. They're alive. I believe in Brian Daboll as a head coach. I believe in what he can do, and the defense is still good. So they're barely, but they're alive.
Can I change my mind weekly?
Sure.
They're dead.
Dead.
They're
From
gonna
what
win
I
this.
saw on
They're gonna win
Sunday,
this week.
They make me sick.
Right.
Sick to my stomach.
All right. What about Carolina? Dead or alive?
Alive. They get J.C. Horn just got. They're dead.
Dead.
They're dead.
Better than a doornail.
Deader than a doornail.
Yeah, I agree with Maz.
Maz is,
Maz, you the
everybody's
Giants.
dead.
I'm leaving the Giants alive.
40-0.
Hold on.
Come on.
We lost 49-3 once and made the playoffs.
Nothing. Ain't 40-0.
Dead or alive? The Tennessee Titans.
I'll go first. I'll say the Titans are alive.
Alive.
Yep. I don't think they're going to win the division, but I do think they are alive. We'll know more this week, though.
Ryan said they were going to make the playoffs, and I thought he was crazy. And I still think he's crazy, and I think you're crazy for saying they're alive. No, not going to happen.
After watching them play, it almost feels like Ryan Tannehill has a shot to be traded to the Jets, too. Maybe
I don't want him.
You know, I mean,
I don't want him.
Again.
Hey, I speak for the Jets. We don't want him.
I'd rather have Garrett Wilson and
Can Derrick Henry do something for my fantasy? I got him in both leagues, by the way. Can he do something?
He'll cook. He'll start cooking.
Not till November. I need him to do something now.
Of course, Zach Wilson, I meant. But go ahead, Ryan.
Guys, what about the Seattle Seahawks? Dead or alive?
Very much alive.
Alive.
Very much alive.
And you know what? They're going to be tough.
Yeah, very much alive.
Yeah.
They're still. You gotta look at their division. They'll figure it out, and there's still no Rams. I don't believe in them, and I don't believe in the Cardinals. So.
That's right. Ryan Tannehill, of course, still the quarterback of the Tennessee Titans, and Seattle.
How about Will Levis?
Seattle's the first team that both of you guys have as alive. What about the New England Patriots? Interesting, tough battle against the Philadelphia Eagles in Week 1, Maz.
I believe in Mac Jones. I think they are alive. I think they're a lot better than people say they are. Stingray Steve back at Lady Jane's. You know what he says. He says, don't ever doubt Bill Belichick. So I'm going to say they might be alive.
I agree with him. I think they're alive. I told you that loss, that win that Philly got against the Patriots, people are going to look back. It's going to be a much better win than people gave them credit for last week. I think they're alive because they have an elite. I think they're one of the elite defenses, if you will. And they still have Bill Belichick. And also, Bill O'Brien's now there.
Yeah.
Bill O'Brien is working with Mac Jones. That's one thing that we forgot about. So I agree with Matt.
I think this is an easy one. The Arizona Cardinals dead. Do you guys even need to?
Josh Dobbs is starting this week.
All right. This one not as easy. The Kansas City Chiefs, dead or alive?
Now, when you say dead or alive in terms of what?
Dead or in playoffs.
Well, they're going to make the playoffs.
All right, there you go. KC.
You can make that one interesting. Say they're alive in terms of going to the Super Bowl. Exactly.
How about that? Alive. Yeah. They're alive.
They're alive, but I don't think they're as healthy as you think they are.
They're on life support. I agree.
Yeah.
I said, what did I say? Don't be surprised. That's why everybody's taking Buffalo in their survivor pool this week. Do not be surprised about the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm just saying it. Okay.
So you want me to change my pick?
I don't care what you do. I'm just saying be careful. What about the Minnesota Vikings at 0-2? Dead or alive?
What? Dead. They're beyond dead. Like, I went to their funeral last night. It's over.
They lost 2 games by combined 9 points. 2 games by 9 points. They're still alive.
You remember who they lost that first game to?
Yeah, I know.
Who?
The Bucks.
Exactly.
What about the Cincinnati
Baker
Bengals?
Mayfield.
What about the Cincinnati Bengals?
I think they're in trouble. And you and I both did not pick them to make the playoffs.
I said it.
I followed you like a moron, but I'm actually.
Well, because I like Baltimore.
Right.
And I think they get one team. And I like Pittsburgh too, actually.
I feel you, but the reason why I said we were morons though is because you have, and so have I, put Joe Burrow as the second best quarterback for the last 2 years, and neither one of us backed him with this play. But something's afloat in Cincinnati. They didn't look good. Like it is, and I understand he hasn't played. I understand the offense hasn't been there, but they're missing Samaje Perine. He's not there anymore. It's just Joe Milton. I think you'll see some changes this year, man, and we'll see.
Yeah, I picked them as my Super Bowl team. I got to stick with them. They're alive.
They're alive,
yeah, for sure.
Oh, alive. Okay, and see, a couple more teams to go here. We got 5 more to go.
Oh, we got.
What about the Houston Texans? Dead.
We don't
even need to go there, right?
They never had a post.
And I think, what do you guys say about Indy? Dead?
They're dead.
Dead, okay.
I love Anthony Richardson, though.
How'd you like his performance? We get a chance to talk.
I like Anthony Richardson. I'm a huge supporter of his.
How'd you like his performance, though?
It was great.
It
was great. You kidding me?
Yeah.
Week 1, first start?
Yeah, I liked it. Yeah, it was better. It was better than Peyton Manning's first start.
All right, now the teams that might be worthy of some discussion. Chicago.
Dead.
I agree. I think they're dead. I thought that was a must-win game.
At home.
Justin Fields entering his 3rd year at home against a division opponent who is starting a first-year starter. I thought that was a must-win game. That was an embarrassment.
Hey, the only thing missing from that game was Jordan Love running over to the fans and putting the belt on, and we owe you. We own you.
Bray, they're your team, the Chicago Bears. They dead?
Oh my God.
You want to say alive just to be right.
I want to say alive just to be right, but you know what? I'm gonna know when to hold them, and I'm gonna know when to fold them, and I'm gonna fold these up because it's just something about Justin Fields. I thought it was there, and you know what? I gotta look. He went to Ohio State. Ohio State quarterbacks have not come through, and it sucks. He might just be another one that can't do it.
We are going to learn a lot about this team this week, I believe, and that is the Buffalo Bills, one of the largest favorites of the week at home, coming off a loss. How do you guys feel about Buffalo? Dead or alive? Maz?
I think they're alive. I still believe in Josh Allen. I think they'll get it right. Yeah, Braylon's right. Sean McDermott, defensive coach.
Yeah.
Loss of Brian Daboll for the second year now. It's not looking good on Josh Allen. He's not the same guy, but I still think he has enough talent and enough talent around him. Although I think the running game is still weak, I still think Buffalo is alive.
You know what? I'm gonna go against myself, and I'm gonna say they're alive, but they're barely alive, and this is why. We told them to fix that running game. So what? Like, who are we? We're just some network. Well, we're a network that knew what we were talking about because the running game hasn't changed.
Cook
they
don't
still
get
look
it.
the same.
It ain't Dalvin Cook.
Also, somebody, and I heard Dan Orblowski say this, and I gotta steal this from Dano, class of 05. Shout out to my brother. He said, look, somebody's got to have a conversation with Josh Allen. Somebody's got to have an uncomfortable conversation, sit him down and say, look, you can't just keep going out there and play reckless abandonment. You can't keep going out there and trying to be the running back. You can't keep going out there trying to make the spectacular play. You got to settle in. Sometimes you got to go out of bounds. Sometimes you got to slide. Sometimes you got to throw it away. This trying to play for the home run ball or the spectacular play, sometimes you have to. It's costing us games. You're losing us games. Somebody's got to have that conversation with them. Also, Von Miller is coming back this year. They got a couple other players coming back. So I'm hanging on with them, Ryan, on life support. I'm hanging on.
I'm running out of segment here, guys, so I'm going to combine these last two teams, Denver and the Chargers. Broncos, Chargers, dead or alive?
Chargers alive, Broncos dead.
I'm with you. I second that.
All right, so there you go, dead or alive. I think both of them are dead.
Okay.
I think both of them. I'd cut my losses with Denver. I just don't. Russell Wilson's just lost it. He's falling off a cliff. He's done. Yeah. Russell Wilson is done.
It's week 1.
Russell Wilson is done. It's week 20 for Russell Wilson, though.
Ooh.
It's week 20. Go back not only last year, but the second half of the year before that. You're not working on one game. You're working on about 25 games now. You're working on about 25 games. That's why Seattle got rid of him in the first place, because the second half of the season with Seattle, he sucked. All last year he sucked, and now week 1 he sucked. That's about 25 games of poor play in a row.
I hope you're wrong.
From Russell Wilson.
Because I like seeing him play.
He's my former teammate. I love him as a person. I think he's an amazing individual. But to what Ryan said about football, if we're just playing at the football, he has definitely not been the same quarterback for the better part of 3 years now. And to Ryan's credit, even in the preseason, Maz, it didn't look good.
Yeah,
even in the preseason, Sean Payton.
Who are they looking at? Who's the backup? Jarrett Stidham.
Jarrett Stidham.
Yeah. You might see him.
Now, that's a Sean Payton guy.
Yeah.
Now, if believe it or not, if Sean Stidham or Jason Stidham starts for Denver, I might be back on. 0-2. If Denver is 0-2, don't be surprised if Sean Payton makes. What's Sean Payton have to lose? They're paying him all that money. He's in charge, not Russell Wilson.
Not to mention, we talked about this. We said, hey, when he was making those comments talking about what he needed to do and this, that, and the third and being vocal, you know why he could do that? It's because he's not his guy.
Take a break, come right back. Fill in the blank Friday. But first, a message from Glorious.
That's right. You know what time it is. Glorious Cannabis. Just in time for football, they have the Honolulu Blue. You know why that is. That's because of your Detroit Lions. Go to Glorious Canada. That's CANNA.com. It's beautiful. It's smooth. It is glorious.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Gabby is a college student struggling to study for her big exam. Then she discovered Syntron, a healthy way for her to stay awake and focus. Jennifer frequently has chaotic days like this until she gets online, orders some Syntron, and finds her groove. April visited her local grocery store, purchased a case of Syntron, and entered to win the Syntron 100K Vegas giveaway. Pick up your case of Syntron today at any Meijer location or visit drinksyntron.com/Vegas and enter for the 100K Vegas giveaway.
Hey, gang, how would you like to landscape like a legend or with a legend? Register for your chance to have 4-time Stanley Cup champion winner Darren McCarty work your crew for a day. That's right. D-Mac on your zero-turn, weed whipping, and edging for your favorite clients. Sign up today at OutdoorEquipCo.com. OutdoorEquipCo.com, your power equipment playground.
You're still famous with the 55 and up crowd,
Oh, man, you know what time
I saw you. She was like, yeah, not him. Is that Fox 2? I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, man.
Hey, man.
I used to be famous in this part of town, man. What happened? You overtook me, man.
Oh, man.
Hey, I went and saw my buddy Freddie the Pizza Man today.
Oh, yeah, how's Freddie?
Freddie's good. He says
Man.
hi to all you guys. He's
Oh,
waiting for you to come on out and try some pie
I'd
in
love to do
Melvindale.
that. I got into it with Freddie on X over the weekend.
You got to. He told me. He told me.
Well, I just so many people rushed to what's his name?
Mike Tirico.
Mike Tirico's defense like he's some freaking like baby that you have to caress and not let take any nicks.
Well, all Freddie and the rest of us meant was, we know Mike was rooting for the Lions. We know deep down he's rooting for the Lions.
He lives around the corner.
Yeah, we do. He's a Michigan guy. So that's why, I think.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Again, we don't need to revisit it, but I think if a
You're
Lions
talking about the asterisk comment.
Yeah, if a Lions fan had a problem with the asterisk, I don't think you bash Lions fans for having a problem with the asterisk.
Right.
It was more of like this, Lions fans are crazy. Like, come on. Do you know how beaten down Lions fans have been for 60 years? You beat the Chiefs on opening night. The broadcaster, wherever you live, no matter who you're rooting for, says there's an asterisk there, and fans aren't allowed to have a problem with it.
I got
you. All
you.
these grown men coming to the defense of the broadcaster. Like, he's a pro, okay? Mike Tirico is a freaking professional 1,000,000 times over. He can survive a little backlash. He can handle it. We all do.
I've
Just read
never
the
seen
chat.
so many stories on one word, asterisk. There was probably 10 people that interviewed him after that game.
I just wonder if the shoe was on the other foot. If this was, who's a decent team? If the Giants had beat if they would have gone in Arrowhead and beat the Chiefs, that would have never happened. By the way,
How about this?
But if they would have went in there and Mike Tirico would have said, I mean, it's an asterisk by the game, blah blah blah. Would Lions fans feel the same way about that comment as they do because it was about them?
Hey,
I'm just asking. This is devil's advocate.
Can I ask you if Joe Buck would have said that if Buffalo won against the New York Jets on opening night on Monday Night Football?
Jet fans would have killed him.
Thank you.
That's what. Okay, there it is.
They probably still killed him.
Thank you, but nonetheless, thank you. You just don't say it.
It just, and so I got what it was for Lions fans. It semi ruined their moment.
Yeah.
Like it semi ruined their moment. It's like you watch the broadcast, you got the excitement, you saw the Lions at Arrowhead, then you see the Lions get the win, they get the win, you're watching it, you're cheering, and right before the broadcast goes off, it's kind of like, hey, by the way, take this with you. So yeah, I understand. It was a kind of a slap in the face.
Anyway, right? He said, "Come on in and have a slice."
Right, have a slice. I will. I love Fred. Look, I don't think there's an individual that does more to help benefit autism and autism awareness and raise money for autism. I love Freddie the Pizza Man.
How do you not?
I love him, but I disagreed with him.
That's
on that.
fine.
I don't.
Sports.
And first of all, when did we have to agree with everyone?
Yeah.
I don't agree with my wife 100% of the time. Why do you
don't
have
think
to
any man
agree
does.
We
with
know
a
that.
sports take, a love, a hate, anybody? 100% of the
You're right.
time.
Well, it is what it is. It's social
crazy
media,
to me.
baby.
Guys, join us for the Lions pregame show down at Eastern Market this Sunday, 9:30 to 11:30. Jeff Iafrate leading our coverage. I'll be with him this week. I'm riding shotgun with Jeff Iafrate. Lions pregame show, 9:30 to 11:30 every Sunday morning Lions pregame show this week. Of course, anytime the Lions are at home, we will be on the road. He will be on the road at Eastern Market Shed 5. Come on out. Lions pregame show, Woodward Sports.
Yes, sir.
Guys, it's Fill in the Blank Friday. Tom Mazaway, we throw it over to you.
All right, fellas, I'm going to kick you off with some Lion questions today on a Friday on the weekend eve of the Lions and the Seahawks. So I'm going to start with blank will be the unsung hero for the Lions on Sunday. Blank will be the unsung hero for the Lions on Sunday. Ryan, I'll go to you first.
How about Isaiah Buggs? Isaiah Buggs. I don't even know if he's going to be activated or not, but Isaiah Buggs feels like a big game from Isaiah Buggs ahead of this one. Can I give you a second name?
Yeah.
Khalif Raymond.
You son of a gun, you.
Khalif
took
Raymond.
my guy.
Yeah. Khalif Raymond.
Now I got to dig again.
One catch down the field this week. I think they will get, obviously it's easy to say Jahmyr Gibbs.
How about a return?
Aiden Hutchinson, Khalif Raymond, and Isaiah Buggs.
I'm going to say one of the Iowa boys, man. I'm gonna say one of the Iowa boys, either Sam Laporta or Jack Campbell.
All right.
Like I like it to be Sam Laporta, but if it's Jack Campbell, remember I said the Iowa boys.
Yes, you got it. I'm gonna go with a wild card here because I said this is gonna be a field goal game. Riley Patterson is gonna be the GOAT. Is gonna be the GOAT on not the GOAT, bad GOAT, the good GOAT on Sunday. Riley Patterson kicking the winning field goal for the Lions. Here we go. Jahmyr Gibbs will have blank touches against the Seahawks.
He had 7 in week 1. I think they will double that. He'll have 14 touches in week 2 against the Seahawks.
I was going to say 15, so I'll stick with that. I think Ryan's absolutely correct. They got to start getting him more involved. 15 touches for me.
I'll play the Price is Right. I don't want to overbid.
13.
I'm just going to say 10. He's getting 10 touches. So if it goes between 10 and 14, I'm a winner.
Okay.
All right, here we go. The Lions defense will cause blank sacks and blank turnovers on Sunday.
You ready for this?
I'll take this first. Oh, you want to go?
Go ahead.
No,
you go.
I got 3 and 3.
Ooh.
I got
three turnovers.
And 3 sacks.
I'm going to go with 6 sacks.
Wow.
I don't hate it.
6 sacks, 3 by Hutchinson alone. 3 by Hutchinson alone.
We must be close to Ann Arbor. You feel that?
3 by Hutchinson alone. 3 more by the rest of the team. 6 sacks, 2 turnovers, an interception, and a fumble.
I'm going to go with you, Ryan, but I'm going to go 5 and 2. 5 sacks, 2 turnovers, 1 going to the house for Kirby Joseph. Here we go. Jared Goff, blank, throw a pick. Jared Goff will blank throw a pick.
I think he will throw a pick. You've got Quandre Diggs and you've got Devin Witherspoon playing in his first NFL game. 2 ball hawks traditionally. Of course, Devin Witherspoon hasn't played in the NFL yet, but in college, he's as good as they come. At some point, he's got to throw one, I would think, just by the law of averages. There's only 2 players in the history of the game that have ever gone longer and not thrown an interception. So just by the math of it alone, I will say he will throw an interception this week.
Go ahead, Bray.
No, he keeps the streak alive. I think he's going to break the streak, to be honest. I think he breaks the streak, which is
I hope you're right.
Aaron Rodgers and then Tom Brady. I think he breaks it.
I hope you're right.
I'm going with Braylon on this one. I'm going with Braylon. He will not throw a pick. It'll be how many in a row?
Well, he's at 359 now, right? 359 consecutive
so
passes.
So he throws 25, probably throws 25 more times.
Well, 35 passes last week.
Okay.
So.
Well, we might run more this time.
Yeah, right.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
We'll see. And finally, other than the Lions and Seahawks game, the game you're most interested in watching this weekend is blank.
Dallas and the Jets. Dallas and the Jets. Can I give you 2?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
You're going to take my other one now.
Yeah. Go ahead, Matt. You say
No, go ahead.
It's Buffalo and the Raiders.
Uh-oh.
Look, I think the Raiders are a team that can win that division. They're the team that nobody was talking about as winning the division. And now I'd almost put it at a 50-50 shot that the Las Vegas Raiders win the AFC West. And if anybody thinks it's an automatic that they're just going to go into Buffalo, which is the largest spread of the week, I believe, along with San Francisco, L.A., the Rams, and
the Cowboys
Dallas
and
Jets. Those three games have the highest spreads this week. Man, I think the Raiders might surprise some people this week.
I hope you're
Hey,
wrong.
man, you and this Raiders stuff, man. I'm not buying it. But I am buying Kansas City Chiefs and the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's the most interesting game to me.
Rematch of the playoffs.
I want to see a rematch of the playoffs, but also I want to see what does Kansas City do in week 2. Like, with Chris Jones is playing, he'll be on a pitch count. Travis Kelce hasn't been ruled out, hasn't been ruled in yet. We'll see what happens with that. But also, I really want to see the other side of the ball. I want to see Trevor Lawrence and Calvin Ridley. I want to see that defense. I want to see the number 1 overall draft pick a year ago in Trayvon Walker. I want to see what he's able to do. Because right now, he doesn't look like number 1 overall pick. Number 1 overall pick plays for Detroit Lions. So I want to see that game. I want to see what happens. How does Andy Reid, who no one's talking about this, the offense didn't look that good on last Thursday, did it? Just looked okay, right? Somebody's not there that used to be there. He was there for every one of Andy Reid's Super Bowls. He was there for every one of Patrick Mahomes' MVPs. He was there. Didn't get the credit that he should have deserved. Eric Bieniemy's not in the building, and he didn't look the same. I want to see how that thing looks this week, because if it looks bad again, Ryan, maybe Eric Bieniemy was doing more for that team than people let on.
I like the Ravens and the Bengals. I think that's a really phenomenal game. Another rematch.
I don't think the Ravens look as good as I was expecting them to look either, by the way.
It's still going to be a hell of a division match.
Just saying.
That's a game I want to watch. And
Absolutely.
then the nightcap is the Dolphins and against New England.
Looking forward to it.
I think that's going to be a good one as well.
Looking forward to it, guys. Looking forward to it. Our pick segment coming up in about 20 minutes from now. Braylon, we're going to go to Braylon Edwards next. He's going to give us those 5 players to watch for this week. You're playing fantasy football, maybe look at one of these 5. We've got to respond. Deion Sanders responds to Jay Norville as well. We've got a lot to get to today. We are at Dispo in Whitmore Lake, their new location out here. We're going to take a break, come right back. But first, a message from Swiss. Do you have football on the brain? That's right. Fall ushers in college and professional football, and this year is going to be awesome. Fall is also a perfect time to shop your home and auto insurance. Shop it like a pro with Swiss Insurance. They cover Woodward Sports Network, and they should be covering you too. Ask for Mark at Swiss Insurance today. SwissNS.com.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports. Woodward and Main Street. The Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Burgers and chicken sandwiches are taking over at Big Boy. Try our new pretzel bacon cheeseburger. Turn up the heat with Bob's Hot Chicken Sandwich. Upgrade those regular fries with our chili cheese fries or loaded baked potato fries. Hit your sweet tooth with funnel cake fries or Reese's Chocolate Peanut Butter Thunder Cake. Load up on all your favorites today at Big Boy.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Yo, let me tell you about 5 Iron Golf located at Cambria Hotel, downtown Detroit. It is the new place to play and party and have a good time with your friends. And on Thursdays, got a golf league, man, sponsored by Woodward Sports. Come on down, have a good time. It is fun. Drinks also brand new. 13 simulators. You can play any course around the world that you want to play. Torrey Pines is where I'm stuck at right now, having a good time with mine. Come on down, hang out with us. Cambria Hotel, 5 Iron Golf.
I just got to say that this is just... Remember those shows in June and July and early August when there's just really nothing to talk about?
Yeah.
I don't want to say you're making it up, but you're just stretching topics as far as you can make them. There is so much to talk about. We can't even fit in all the things that we have for the rest of the show. I mean, Michigan State, Deion Sanders, around the NFL, our pick segment. There's so much action. It's unbelievable. It's like It's like friggin' sports porn, man.
It is.
There's just so much stuff happening.
Yeah, you know what? This is payback for what we have to go through between April and August. So you know what?
How
We
about
have to
them
go through
Tigers?
April and August. We got to go through that. So now we get all that we deserve, and it is fun to talk about all things connected to the pigskin.
If you are just tuning in live here on Woodward Sports, we did talk about the Lions injury situation in hour number 1 of the program at about 2:30, about 30 minutes into the show. If you want to rewind back to then, no Josh Paschal, more than likely no Taylor Decker this week. We talked about that about 30 minutes into the show. Feel free to rewind to that if you're looking for that content. But I do want to get into the college aspect of it right now. Bray, Michigan is a 40-point favorite this week against Bowling Green. Just again, I think the object of the exercise is to come out clean. It does appear to be, a little bit of excitement surrounding the new lights and everything like that in Ann Arbor with the new lights and the new scoreboard at Michigan Stadium. But nonetheless, no problems from Bowling Green.
Not too many problems for Bowling Green. They keep putting these lines higher and higher as Michigan hasn't covered. They haven't scored these points, so we shall see this week. Can they score 40? I mean, can they win by 40? I believe they will. Excited to see the new light systems. Everybody down south has them. SEC welcomed them. ACC followed with Clemson. Now Michigan has them. They looked amazing when I saw them on TV. Now I got to go see them in person, but they'll be fine. Don't play too long, Don't rest them. Don't rest the guys too short. They don't only play a half. Get somewhere into the third. Get somewhere into the rhythm. Once they get their rhythm with J.J. McCarthy in the second half in his offense is what I want to see. Let the guys rest in the fourth.
Hey, Sharon Moore is the head coach of this one. It's the last game that they have to play without Jim Harbaugh. So J.J. McCarthy, we'll see if the Michigan Wolverines can actually score as much as the spread indicates, because they have not scored as much as the spread yet. This one's at 40.5, so I think I'm going to take the 40.5.
Harlan Barnett, Mark D'Antonio be on the sidelines as Michigan State hosts Washington, number 8 Washington, at 5 o'clock in East Lansing. Michigan State is 16.5-point underdog.
God bless you.
Me, sorry.
I'll be in East Lansing.
You will be.
I'm going to that game. Yep, we're going to a little tailgate during the day, see Lily and Abby and all our loved ones down in East Lansing. Going to go see that game, and I'm looking for the Spartans to hang in there for as much time as they can against Braylon's guy, Michael Penix Jr.
Yeah, I don't think they can hang in there very long. Michael Penix Jr. is a phenomenal player. I mean, he was that good at Indiana. He got injured a little bit. He wasn't the same player. He goes out to Washington when he transfers, man, and he picks right back up where he left off in that one game. He almost beat Ohio State at Indiana. So we'll see what happens. I don't think they can stick in there. But, look, a lot of those teams, man, a lot of those guys, they love Mel Tucker. That was their coach. That was their guy. So we'll see if him getting fired pisses them off and lights a fire around them, and they play for Harlan Barnett against Washington.
Probably the main storyline of the weekend surrounds Deion Sanders and Colorado once again. Did you see all of the coverage that Colorado is getting this week? So they have Big Noon Kickoff, College Game Day, 60 Minutes, Pat McAfee Show, and something else is happening there, a fifth thing. But just Deion Sanders is getting so much coverage, so much attention. We're going to play for you Jay Norville, the head coach of Colorado State, what he said about Deion Sanders that caused a lot of controversy. This is what he said yesterday.
And so, we're excited. Our kids are really, we had to do a bunch of ESPN videos, and it was great. I loved it. But our kids came out of those videos really with a chip on their shoulder. They're tired of all that stuff. They really are tired of it. And I sat on with ESPN today, and I don't care if they hear it in Boulder. I told them I took my hat off and I took my glasses off, and I said, when I talk to grown-ups, I take my hat and my glasses off. That's what my mother taught me. So,
All right, before we play Deion Sanders' response, Bray, your thoughts?
We talked about it yesterday. I just don't understand. I don't know where that come from. That was something that was told by me. It just seemed like something to maybe get his team going. He opened his mouth, he poked the bear, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens. The game started off on a 20-point line, and now it has since gone up.
Deion Sanders responded today with this.
Yes, sir. I'm minding my own business, watching some film, trying to get ready. Trying to get out here and be the best coach I could be, and I look up and I read some bull junk that Deion said about us. Talk to us. Once again, talk to us. Why would you want to talk about us when we don't talk about nobody? All we do is go out here, work our butts off, and do our job on Saturday. But when they give us ammunition, they done messed around and made it what? It was just going to be a good game. And it made this shit personal. They done messed around and made it personal. It was going to be a great test, a battle of Colorado, but they done messed around and made it personal.
What happened to them last security guards?
That's Jimmy. Talk to him, Jimmy. What Jimmy? Jimmy, talk to him, Jimmy.
I understand what the magnitude of Colorado season is going to be, especially in 2 weeks. 2 weeks' time, when Deion, who, by the way, they're going to beat them by 40. You poke the bear, they're going to beat Jay Norvell in Colorado State by 40 points. But if they go into Oregon, because they play Oregon after this, that's going to be a game where they play somebody, they'll play against another ranked opponent and also another Heisman Trophy candidate in Bo Nix. When they beat Oregon, that Colorado versus USC game, if, in fact, they're both undefeated at 4, could be the largest game this year. It'll be bigger, in my opinion. It'll be bigger than Ohio State, Michigan this year.
So just a couple of things about this, and I heard somebody today say, God, who was it? It was somebody on CBS. It was, why are people freaking out about what Jay Norvell said? Why should Deion Sanders be the only one that gets carte blanche with a megaphone or to talk junk? Here's the caveat, and I think Deion said it right there. Deion never talks about anybody else, period. He only talks about his team. He only pumps up his team. So if you don't like it, I can't help you. But you will never see Deion Sanders talk about you first. He's only talking to his team. Yes, he is brash. Yes, he is cocky. Yes, he is confident. This is all of the things that we grew up to love about Deion. As a kid, you love Deion Sanders. As an adult, you love Deion Sanders. He's never taking a shot at you. He's only pumping up himself. So I agree. Deion isn't the only person that gets to talk brashly or talk confidently, but he's never making it personal about you. Jay Norvell made it personal about Deion Sanders in Colorado. That's the problem that I think everybody has with that.
And the reason why he made it personal is, look, Deion Sanders has come to a team. Last year, Colorado won 1 game. I repeat, the Colorado Buffaloes last year won 1 game. This year, they're already 2-0. They're already 2-0. You already turned the programs around. But the bigger issue why people are mad is because you know what he did? You know what Lincoln Riley did, coaches like that? They have sped up how fast you got to win. Like how fast, because when you come in around, you're like, hey, look, it's going to take 3-4 years, get some people in, get my players going, then I'll be able to do something for your school. Not with Deion. Now with Lincoln Riley, and coaches are getting pissed. Like his Colorado State, he won 3 games last year.
Look at that dust tornado. Sorry. Look at that dust tornado. How cool is that? Wow. Sorry for everybody at home that can't see it.
I'm glad I didn't park over
there. You know what I'm saying, though, Maz? Do you have a thought on that?
I do. I totally do. First of all, to hear Deion speak to his team, I love him. Braylon, how do you not play for that guy?
No, his energy is electric.
It's so good.
Did you hear what Equanimous St. Brown said yesterday?
He wrote against Notre Dame. His own team.
We nailed it.
Yep.
You know, even to think about that as a consideration. We did that yesterday.
Yep.
You know, I mean,
Braylon said he'd be on the fence, Michigan against Colorado.
I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I'm being honest. I would, because it's like, obviously I want my institution to win. They're down the street, Michigan. Everybody's here to support Michigan. Go blue. You know what time it is. But on the other end, if they were to lose, I would understand what that meant. I would understand what that moment meant, and I would be able to revel in that moment. You know.
No
you
doubt.
want a rematch at the Big House, Colorado
100%.
against Michigan?
That'd be
100%.
sweet.
I'm ready for it now.
Bring back Cordell Stewart and
Michigan almost lost to
Michael
Colorado.
Westbrook.
Hey, Michigan almost lost to Colorado in, what was it, 2017 or 2016, I want to say. So,
did you see the Oregon coach yesterday?
It was like 15 or 16.
Even the Oregon coach was asked.
Dan Lanning or something?
Yeah, Dan Lanning. He was asked about, what do you think about Colorado leaving the Big 12? And he's like, Colorado, I don't even think of them. What did they ever do for this conference?
Again,
They're
that was his quote.
They're not a Pac-12 school. They're a Big 12 school.
Crazy, man. I don't even know. Guys, we're going to do our pick segment. We'll do it next. Next. But first, a message from Guardian Alarm. They're your local security experts and have been for over 90 years. When you see this black and yellow sign out in front of your house, it tells the bad guys one thing.
Stay out.
Whether you are at home or on the road, they're 24/7 professional monitoring, customized solutions from real experts, and technology backed by people. Means you are backed by the best. Call this number right here, 1-800.
Stay out.
That number again, 1-800.
Stay out.
Call them today. Tell them Woodward Sports sent you.
Stay out.
It's Sean Jordan from the Sports Marketing Agency. And SMA wouldn't be who we are without our amazing partners.
Thank you so much, Sean. You know, at Detroit Wayne, we want to serve as a resource for you and your families. We offer mental health services, substance use disorder services throughout our communities, and we want to be that source and resource within the community.
If you or a loved one are suffering from a mental health or substance abuse issue, please don't hesitate to call 1-800-241-4949.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports. Woodward and Main Street. The Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Calling all landscapers. This is Darren McCarty. I'm at Outdoor Equipment Co. How would you like to landscape like a legend? How about a bad boy zero turn? And even a chainsaw. And even a weed whipper. So register today at OutdoorEquipCo.com, and even you could have DMAC on your landscaping crew.
We can do that.
Hey, guys, we want you to join Woodward Sports in Long Drink live this Sunday for the official Lions VIP tailgate party. It's at Eastern Market in Shed 5. It's going to be a bash starting at 9:30 until game time. The official Lions tailgate back and better than ever. How would you like to pregame with us here at Woodward Sports and be treated like a VIP? Food, beverages, entertainment, all included. Get your tickets online today, bullseyeeventgroup.com, bullseyeeventgroup.com, or win some from Woodward Sports today. Just subscribe to our YouTube, Woodward Sports.
I just did.
You did? Yeah, baby. Alan Marogi is the general manager out here at Dispo in Whitmore Lake.
Oh, yeah.
What a location out here, Alan. Thanks for having us out, my friend.
I'm happy to have it. I'm a fan right here. Both you guys.
Oh, I was going to say him too?
Yeah, oh, yeah. There you go. Look at this guy.
This guy right here.
Yeah, it's all right. What? You're on Sundays. He's on Saturdays back in the day. Shit.
This guy's on every day, man.
Oh, yeah. What's up?
Alan, you know, it seems like Dispo is popping up everywhere, and everywhere you go, man, it's just the best people are running these places, man, whether it's Whitmore Lake, whether it's Romeo, whether it's Hazel Park, where we love and familiar with
Me
as well.
too. Yeah.
Everybody is friendly, everybody is cool, and everybody's excited. You see different types of diversity and everything. Talk about this one, why you guys are the best.
Shit, I give it all to our leadership team, man. I ain't gonna lie. I know, obviously, you know how the leaders are over there in the Blue Boys.
They're using the best.
I can tell you, I have some of the best producing people that there is. They listen, take action. That we educate. We do all the right things that it takes to succeed. So. Yeah, I'm very happy.
Trying to get more people to come out here and chill at Dispo. Tell people, why should they choose Dispo? What is it about your flower? What is it about your product? What is it about your places? Why should they come there versus somewhere
else? The Zaza, man. We got Zaza all up on our shelves. Up and down, our low shelf to our top shelf. You guys will love that. Yeah, for the OG, my boy Fabio over here.
Fabio, what's up, man?
Come see us because we'll take the time. We'll educate you, and we'll get you what you need, man.
All right, here we go. We got to talk about the Detroit Lions.
Oh, shit.
You got something special. This is going to be a huge week for Detroit Lions. Could be the biggest game ever, like Ryan and Mike talks about. But you guys got something special going if people come after the Detroit Lions win.
Yeah, basically, if the Lions win, if the Lions win, we're doing free weed. So what you're going to do is
Free
you're going to
weed.
get either.
How's this going to work now?
We got gummies. We got
Okay.
weed. See all your stores for details.
So you
and
get
we
to
have
pick something.
You get to pick something, and we got 12 actual locations.
Okay.
So stop in. As long as the Lions win, we got you.
So let's just repeat this because I think this just made everybody's ears
Free
perk
weed.
up a little
Free
bit.
weed.
Lions and Seahawks Sunday at Ford Field,
Right.
1 o'clock kick.
Correct.
Okay.
If the Lions win,
No if.
When?
when the
When?
Lions win, people get free weed at this
Free
point.
weed. Free weed at Disco.
How does it work? Is it a day?
It's for that exact day, Monday. We're doing
Okay,
it.
so
the following
Monday.
day, Monday.
So people can come
thank
in
you.
Monday to any one of the 12 locations.
Yes, sir.
That's Victory Monday.
Victory Monday.
That should be.
Okay.
Do they have to purchase something to get the free package?
Just come on into the store no matter what. They're going to probably want to buy something anyway,
this
and
is
we're going
true.
to take care of them.
I like how you said
I
that. Smart
love
man.
that.
Smart man.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
That is
Oh, yeah.
what's up.
Yeah.
We got to give a round of applause for that.
Oh,
How
yeah.
about
Yeah.
that? Round of
Yeah.
applause
Shout out
for
to you
that.
guys.
Go Lions,
Hell
baby.
yeah.
Go
Go
Lions.
We'll see. Because usually they're going to like crap the bed after
No,
they come off.
not the,
Nah,
Listen,
see, come
I'm
on.
just being real.
not
I'm being
in
real.
2023.
I hope not, because I believe in the system these days. You know what I'm saying? I believe in what they have going on. They're winners, it looks like so far. So
Well, speaking of winners,
Yeah.
are you going to help us pick some winners?
yeah, hell yeah, let's do it.
Here we
Yeah.
go. So let's
shout
just-
out to John Addo.
John Addo, shout out to you, baby. Hey, just to recap, Maz. So last week, through week 1, Braylon 4-3, Ryan 4-3, Maz at 2-5. All right, let's have it.
I had a rough week. We're going to save the Lions game for last.
Yep.
I'm going to start you off with the Jets in Dallas against the Cowboys. Jets getting 9 points. So you get the Jets +9.
All right, Alan, you want to go first or
Yeah,
last?
I'm going to go Cowboys,
Okay.
man. I'm going to go favorite.
I, too, am taking the 9 points. I am giving the 9 points with Dallas. I'm going Dallas. Right?
And Sauce is my guy, by the way. Sauce is my guy, you know. Sauce is my guy.
I went to same high school.
So,
He went to same high school as me.
Hell yeah.
I'm going with the Jets. I'm going with the Jets. You got two of the best defenses in the league, probably second and third behind the 49ers, and you got two quarterbacks who you don't know what they're going to do. I think you give me the points, I'm taking the Jets.
Jets are covering that number.
Yes.
Give me the Jets.
Jets defense did look good last
Give me
week.
the
They
Jets.
were moving.
They probably won't win.
Yeah.
But they're going to be there to the end. We'll find out.
Taking the
Next
points.
game, the Packers at the Falcons. Falcons are home. Falcons are favored by 1.5 points.
That's sneaky. That's scary. One thing I
Both
learned.
teams are 1-0.
I take the Pack.
Ooh.
Allen
Drake
taking Green
London,
Bay.
big disappointment to me for some reason. I want Kyle Pitts to do well, and I believe in Bijan. He's the man, but
I
I'm
like
taking
that,
the Packs. Aaron Rodgers, man. I'm sorry, not Aaron Jones. Sorry.
Yeah.
Is he hurt?
This guy's
No,
got to
he's
do some more
playing.
show
He's
for us.
playing,
man.
yeah.
This guy knows his stuff. Who you taking?
Look, if you would have told me that Jordan Love in Green Bay would start the year 2-0 in back-to-back road wins, I would have said you must have made a trip to Dispo because you'll be smoking that some
That's
kind of
Zaza,
whack.
baby.
Zaza, baby.
Okay, Zaza, that's what
there
you're
we go.
smoking. So give me Atlanta. There is no way Jordan Love is opening the season 2-0 on the road.
4-0-1 for Atlanta. Go ahead there, Ray.
Hey, man, I was born and raised in Detroit, but I spent 5 years of my youth in Georgia where I became a Braves and Falcons fan. So give me Bijan Robinson.
That's when Deion was in
I was more of a Braves fan, but for the pick, it sounded right
David
by saying the
Justice,
Falcons.
Sid Bream, El
Oh,
Padre,
come on,
El Cid.
Terry Pendleton, man, Otis Nixon, and the best pitching staff ever assembled.
You know to give me the love, Doctor,
Okay.
and the
God.
Green Bay
Okay.
Packers.
You and these Green Bay Packers, man.
Come on,
Are
babe.
you going to reside there someday?
One day. One day. No, I like to do things.
Wisconsin.
Green
You
Lake.
can't do anything at Green Bay except go to see the Packer game, right?
Yeah.
This is
Show
true.
you can do that. All right, here we go.
Go south and see Giannis.
Will the Chiefs bounce back? They play in Jacksonville. Remember, this is a rematch of a playoff game last year. The Jags are a home underdog. They're getting 3.5 from the Chiefs.
I'm taking the points.
Yep.
Taking the points. I like Calvin Ridley a lot.
Yeah,
I think that's the guy.
Alan, you should work at Woodward Sports.
I'm telling you.
I've had
more to say than
experience.
most of
We gotta
us.
get him on
I've
the
had
betting show.
experience.
I don't think the Chiefs are everything they're cracked up to be, and you're giving me more than a field goal at home with a playoff team, a team that you're expecting to win the division. Give me Jacksonville.
Ray?
I'm going to be ballsy and take the Chiefs. I'm going to be ballsy. I'm going to take the Chiefs. Sometimes you got to step out on a limb.
Yeah.
I'm going to step out on this limb.
Chris
I mean,
Jones.
it's Patrick Mahomes' limb.
Yeah.
I can step out on his
Kelsey
limb.
should play. Kelsey should play.
Yeah,
Fine.
he is. They just tweeted
Yep.
he is.
Chris Jones pitch count.
Yep.
I'm I'm taking the Chiefs. They did just win the Super Bowl.
Put me on with the Braylon train.
Woo, there we go.
Give me KC, the Super Bowl champs.
Okay, how about this? Stop right there.
All right.
I got to get a break.
Let's do it.
We'll come back. You got time for one more
I got
segment?
whatever you guys need.
All right.
We got more games.
Alan is going to be here. We've got more games. We'll finish up the picks, go around the league. But first, a message from Big Boy.
Let's go, guys. It's a burger and chicken time at Big Boy. They're taking over. It's a burger time. Try the best cheeseburger or the new pretzel bacon cheeseburger, both delicious. And if you're craving chicken, the Dolly chicken sandwich is for you. If you like your chicken spicy like George does, you can get the Bob's hot chicken sandwich. George likes the chicken spicy. That's right. Upgrade your regular fries with our chili cheese fries or the loaded baked potato fries. Save room for dessert. You've got the Reese's chocolate peanut butter thunder cake, or try out the Thunder Funnel Cake fries. Delicious. And, of course, you can just get a Big Boy at Big Boy.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
It's the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour.
You're a good coach, Tim. Oh, great shot.
Some of the biggest names in Michigan sports, and some, well, not so much.
Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, baby.
Watch episodes at woodwardsports.com.
Academy, that's right. Academy of Warren has got a new state-of-the-art sports dome field house, regulation basketball court, volleyball court, and a soccer field. Also going to be used for 7-on-7 football. K8 featuring AM and PM latchkey, small classroom sizes, the Learning Street, how about this, the Academy games, and the K-8 athletics. The Academy of Warren now accepting enrollment. You go to academyofwarren.net. That's academyofwarren.net. Academy.
We're easy to get fake jerseys.
We are in the middle of our pick segment.
Fake jerseys.
My uncle's liquor store, man.
We're in the middle of our pick segment. We're out here at Dispo in Whitmore Lake, new location out here. Also, just the partnership that Dispo has with us here at Woodward Sports, second to none. We certainly appreciate it. Store General Manager Alan Morogi out here making our picks with us. Tom Mazaway, back to you.
That's Vegas Al, by the way.
Vegas Al.
Vegas Al. All right, here we go. 4 more games to go. We're going to go to the Ravens at the Bengals. The Ravens at the Bengals, another playoff rematch from last year. If you remember, the Bengals almost lost that game to Tyler Huntley and the Ravens. Bengals are a 3-point favorite at home, which is low.
Alan?
They both played like crap, to be honest. The O-line needs help. I'm taking Ravens.
Ooh, Alan.
O-line needs help.
Al.
Taking the Ravens.
I'm going to go with Cincinnati. Up-down theory NFL for me between these guys. Up-down theory in the NFL. Bengals look terrible. They're too good of a team to look terrible again. This is a division game. It counts for 2. Give me the Bengals at home.
I like the up-down theory, but the only problem is the Baltimore Ravens looked bad too last week. So I'm going to stick with the Baltimore Ravens because, look, Lamar Jackson was just a little bit on some of his throws, and then the wide receivers were just a little bit on some of their route depth. So I think they figured out this week. Give me the Ravens.
I'll take Cincy, although I really believe it is a 3-point game either way because Bengals are not right where they want to be right now. But give me Cincy.
Maz, that is the first game we've agreed upon.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
All right.
Damn it. Yeah. That means I'm going to lose that one.
I got friends like that, too.
The Chargers in Tennessee against the Titans, their home opener, and the Titans are a home underdog. They're getting 3 points.
Alan?
Chargers go to sleep.
Ooh.
Chargers go to sleep.
You must have just got the news that Austin Eckler's out.
Austin Eckler is out. Not worried about it, and the line hasn't really changed that much. So it's 2.5 actually. It's probably going to go down to probably 2, I would say.
Well, we're locked at 3 right now, Vegas, Al.
Take it.
Who are you taking?
I'm taking Chargers.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to go for the same reason I picked Jacksonville. I'm going to go with the Titans.
Wow.
Home dog. I have a hard time not taking the points with a home team in the NFL. Just a hard time with it, just morally.
Understood.
The name
of the 4 o'clock game. I've been
The name of the game of the NFL is to put points on the board and win. The Tennessee Titans do not put points on the board.
Correct.
I got Derrick Henry in my fantasy. I hope he has a good game, but I don't believe he will. Give me the Chargers.
I'm going to take the Chargers, too. They put up 34 points last week and lost to Miami. I got to say, they rebound and beat Tennessee. I think they're better than the Titans. Although, Rye, you got a home dog, and you're alone, so that's good. You pick up a game.
Based on my religion alone, you got to take a home dog.
You do.
You know?
Hey, it works.
I got another home dog for you. It's the night game. It's the Miami Dolphins at the New England Patriots. Patriots at home getting 3.
Now that's
Take Belichick in 3.
Okay, so Allen's taking the
I'm taking the home dog.
And again,
by the way, they're wearing their throwback unis.
The red?
The red,
Oh,
white,
yeah,
and
those are
blue with
sweet.
Pat the Patriot.
I
on the
already
helmet.
wrote it down. Home dog, home dog, home dog, New England.
New England.
Yeah, Bill,
won last week. They
you
should've
know
won.
what? I like. Listen, man. It's something about Mike McDaniel I love.
Me too.
Actually,
Yeah,
I know.
me too.
Actually, I know exactly what I love about him, man. I love Mike McDaniel. I'm taking Mike McDaniel. I'm taking the Dolphins.
Give me the Dolphins. I'm never rooting
Just
for
to
the
be clear,
Patriots.
Tyreek is the number one. Like, no one's stopping him.
Nope.
Like, that's the only thing.
Jalen Waddle was rumored to be questionable.
Give me the Dolphins.
All right, I got you guys here. And let
Final
me tell
game.
you that we got you on Sunday as well. It's the Lions post-game show right here on Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Tom Mazaway, Stick, they've got you covered. Right after the game, you could watch the live stream as well here on Sunday. Right after the live stream, it'll be Maz and Stick. Lions post-game show after all Lions games. Get the hot takes, the game analysis. Maz and Stick, Woodward Sports Lions post-game show right here on the WSN YouTube channel. All right, Maz.
That takes us to the game that we all care about. The Detroit Lions, home opener against the Seattle Seahawks. The Lions are a 4.5-point favorite as we speak.
Seattle, it opened at what, 5.5?
5.5, maybe 6.
Went up to 6.
Yep,
Came
it's down
back
to 4.5. We're just glad it's not on the 5.5 number.
Right.
Yeah.
4.5, Vegas, Al.
I'm taking the Detroit Lions. Go blue. Go fucking Lions. Let me just tell you, Seahawks own us, though. Pete
They
Carroll
do.
somehow, some way, needs to choke one time while playing us, and I hope it's this year.
What is it, 8 out of 9, Ryan?
Yeah.
You
It's
said?
7 out of 8.
7 out of 8.
7 out of
There
8.
you
This
They
is the
own
9th
us.
game
That was
they've
in
played
that
in
one.
20 years.
Yeah.
I'm going to let Braylon pick next.
Yeah, I'm taking the Lions. Look,
Okay.
the one game that the Lions beat the Seahawks, I happen to play for the Seahawks.
That's
so,
it.
So the Lions get their revenge for me.
Are you going to be on the sidelines?
You said no.
Maybe if you went to the Seattle sidelines, you could lock it
If it
up
was
for
the
us.
Jets, I go on the sideline.
All right.
Let me just tell you this right now, okay?
Tell us.
For the next 16 weeks, I will be picking the Detroit Lions every game they play. Whether they're a underdog, whether they're the favorite, I will never, I just want to be very clear. I will never at any point this year, whether it's a playoff game in Philadelphia, maybe they're up in San Francisco, I will never pick against the Detroit Lions this year. Period.
I just want you to know I had them winning more games this year than both of you did. Boom.
Put me down for the Seahawks.
You're taking
what an asshole.
He has a point, though.
Smart man.
We would beat the Super Bowl champs. We would come home and shit the bed.
Right.
That's SOL, though.
Now may I give you my caveat?
Yes.
I told you, Lions are winning on a late field goal, so they're going to win by 3.
Got it.
They're not going to cover the 4.5.
Unbelievable. Well, very good. Very good. So there's our pick segment, guys. Alan, I got to tell you, man, this is
Nice
a great
place.
place.
Yeah.
Tell the people one more reason why they should go
so
to Dispo.
Lions win. Come in on Monday. Free weed, free gummy.
Wow.
Come see all
Free
of our
weed,
12
baby.
stores.
You got Honolulu Blue gummies?
We have the pre-roll from Glorious.
Okay, there you
More
go.
branding. Look at that.
There you go.
Look
There
at
you go.
that.
Come get our hymen. Everything that you guys need is here.
Now, where's Sean going to be on Monday? Sean,
Who
where are you
knows?
going to be on
Sean.
Monday? We don't know. One of the 12 locations.
Sean with the gold chains.
Sean will be at all 12 locations at some point. Guys, thanks so much. Thanks, bud.
A lot of
Thanks
fun.
so
Great
much.
being my dog.
That is so great. We'll be back to wrap it up. We'll do that next. But first,
I hope so,
a
man.
message from
killing
Fairway
it.
Packing
That's just like I
Company.
remember you did a
For
segment
over
in Vegas
60
last
years,
night.
Fairway Packing Company has provided Michigan's finest restaurants, hotels, and casinos with prime beef, Wagyu beef, and dry-aged beef. You can experience the Fairway difference for yourself today. All you have to do is head on into the steak shop in Grosse Pointe Woods, located on Mack Avenue, for grab-and-go steaks. If you can't make it in person, order online. They ship next day. Fairwaypacking.com. Fairwaypacking.com.
Source A's cut pack prime to perfection.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests, for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Hey, gang, what happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. That's exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC. They offer the same great service that customers have come to know and trust. Located in Ferndale on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn for Chevys or Cadillacs, where they have been for over 50 years. You can find the brand you want. All GM brands under one umbrella. LesStanford.com. LesStanford.com.
Fine. New road.
Find them. Final segment of the program here, Ermanni and Edwards with Mass, Woodward Sports Network. I want to thank JB and Parker for the setup out here. Shout out to Brady as well, who's with us. The heavyweights will be out here 5 to 7. Then Woodward Knights with Booner and Broder at 8 o'clock. Tom Mazaway, will go to you for Around the NFL.
All right, guys. Good news if you're a big Aaron Rodgers fan. I know you all are, by the way. Went on Pat McAfee today and said, hey, man, you just got to give me a little doubt, 1% of doubt, and I'm going to prove the world wrong. I am coming back next season. He did put out an Instagram a day ago before his surgery thanking everyone. And you look at this, if you look at his Instagram, you see the people that wrote him and the people that are backing him. And he's like, you know, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to come back. I shall rise again. And then yesterday in the hospital after he was operated on, he thanked his doctors. This doctor supposedly is the whiz guy.
He's the new Dr. Andrews.
He is the guy that gets you back on the field a lot quicker, Bray. So now the hard work starts.
And now the hard work starts, you know, and it was funny. I saw Mark Sanchez on a show, and he did a really good job talking about, you know, the next process for Aaron Rodgers. You go to this lonely place. You know, he's going to be rehabbing, and he'll be around the team. But when he's in there in the training room and he's starting to rehab, you know, he's going to be on the scooter for a little while. He'll be in the boot for a long time. He's going to go to some dark places, and he's going to be by himself trying to ask himself, is it worth it? Am I a still guy? Can I make this comeback? But Aaron Rodgers is one of those guys. He's strong. I believe he's proven at every level what he was worth. You know, whether it was being drafted 24th, whether it was going to JUCO, whether it was replacing Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers has shown you that he can rise to the occasion. So I believe in 8.
No doubt.
Hey, the Steelers were hurting last week, and you saw Cam Hayward come in and out of that game. Well, it turns out he's got a groin problem. He is going to have surgery. He is going to be out 8 weeks. That's a big loss for that defense.
That's a huge loss considering that defense was one of the things that was going to keep that offense going in terms of whether it was T.J. Watt, whether it was Cam Hayward.
Huge loss.
Losing Cam Hayward, he's not only their second best defensive player, Ryan. He's their leader, offense and defense. So losing him is going to suck.
You know, we talked about it in Dead or Alive in hour number 1.
Yep.
Steelers dead. You
I
know,
think so.
and Steelers dead. I'm sorry. This might be the first year that Pittsburgh has a losing record with Mike Tomlin. It might be. You got to believe your eyes sometimes.
This is true. I agree.
Another injury out there is Darren Waller. It's one of the reasons the Raiders traded him to the Giants. The guy's got an issue with the hamstring. He thinks it's something other than a hamstring. He says it could be lingering. He's just going to have to learn to play with it, Bray, like you said.
Sometimes these injuries, like, well, you can have surgery on, sometimes they just don't ever fully go away. Sometimes you never fully feel 100%, and whatever you have to do to play is what you have to do to play. I mean, that's kind of why I retired. My knee would never feel like it did once when I was in 2009, 2010, so I had to make that tough decision. Hopefully he's not there, but if he's talking about having to play with pain now, that doesn't get any better, man. Ryan, that doesn't get any better.
That sucks because he was a big reason I thought that Giants can come back and repeat.
He was the only
playoffs.
reason. Because outside of Saquon Barkley, you're like, where's the ball going? Oh, you know what? They do have Darren Waller. I agree with you. No Darren Waller, change that back to
the best ability is availability.
Hey, I got something. This is funny, man. The 49ers are playing the Rams. This is the first time ever in NFL history, God bless you, there's a game between two quarterbacks. The first quarterback taken in the draft versus the last quarterback taken in the draft. Talking about, obviously, Matthew Stafford versus Brock Purdy. It's
First
pretty
pick, last
something.
pick. Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Man. And you got and money says that the guy that was taken last is going to beat the guy that was taken first.
You ain't lying.
Right?
You got
Isn't
it,
that
man.
something?
That defense is just too good. And Kyle Shanahan is just a genius of, if you just give me something at quarterback, I can put you in a good situation to succeed. That's how when the Trey Lance stuff is going on, that's how you knew you can't believe in Trey Lance. If Kyle Shanahan can't get it out of you, then there's nothing there to get.
No doubt.
I'll tell you this, guys. This one gets me. As much as I love the NFL, you know they're the pits. They don't take care of their people.
Now?
They do not take care of their people. Last year when the Eagles played the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, Jason Kelce, All-Pro for the Eagles, offensive lineman, brother of Travis, had to buy his family tickets to the game. Okay, but he had to spend $50,000 for tickets. The NFL would not help him buy tickets.
Isn't that something?
Hey, look, at the end of the day, you know what? It's a business. You know, you can't – these families a lot of times – they'll try to bring 15, 20, 30 people. Look, it don't work like that. The Super Bowl is an expensive.
I know, but you're buying the tickets. Can't you sell them for face value?
So you're buying the tickets, but the more tickets you buy, the more expensive they're going to be. Like when I was
if you bought 10 tickets, that's less than $20,000 face value.
Well, ever since COVID, everything has gone up. Like when I played in the NFL, tickets for the Super Bowl were $885.
Yeah.
So they would allow us to. You buy your two, and then you sell them for
Super Bowl 40 cost me $600.
So, exactly. So
That's it. Now it'd be $2,000 a ticket.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. So 800 times 10, that was what, 8,000 back in 2010, 11, 12. Man, that's 11 years ago.
Speaking of the Kelce brothers, do you hear who Travis Kelce's hanging out with?
He said when Taylor Swift was in Kansas City, apparently he tried to slip her his number. And he was stopped, couldn't get near her because she doesn't talk before or after a concert. She doesn't speak at all.
She's something, man. But it turns out he is quietly hanging out with Taylor Swift.
Both 33 years old.
And both 33.
I think it's great. I think it's a great match.
Yeah.
I think it's BS, and Travis Kelce got to watch himself because every time she dates a guy, he is the next guy for inspiration of a Grammy album.
It's like Adele.
Exactly. It's a Grammy album is coming out of this. So, Travis, I know you're on SNL. I know you're doing your thing. Be careful. Be careful.
That's funny.
I got another one for you. The Browns play Monday night against the Steelers. How you like these uniforms?
I love them.
They're breaking out their ice white unis for Monday Night Football.
Full disclosure, I was hoping the Lions would go with a white helmet, not the chrome blue as they would, but
whoever tweeted that Cleveland Browns pick to the chat yesterday, I immediately retweeted and I said, "Where was this at in 05 through 09? Where was that at?"
Be cool instead of wearing that stink.
So we're that Doodle Brown and orange.
Guys, that's great. Guys, what a great week it's been for us. I cannot thank everybody at Dispo out here enough, man. 12 locations. We're at the one in Whitmore Lake. That's where the heavyweights will be. Then, of course, Woodward Knights at 8 o'clock tonight, Braylon. Great stuff happening at Woodward Sports. We invite everybody out to the Lions pregame show as well. Bullseye Event Group. That is the official Lions tailgate, Shed 5 at Eastern Market on Sunday.
Also, don't forget, if the Lions win, when the Detroit Lions win, you will get your free pre-roll on Monday from Dispo, any of the 12 locations. So remember that. Damn good week by us. Excited. Yo, when you guys go downtown, be safe, be smart. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of energy. A lot of people are going to get the party started 5 a.m., 6 a.m. I understand. I will be down there too. Let's make the city look good, all right? Let's because we're going to start winning a lot. We're going to be winning a lot, so let's get used to winning. Let's keep the city in good hands, right?
And, Ryan, you're starting off your day on Sunday at what time?
6 a.m. We'll be out there at Eastern Market for the Fox 2 weekend show. So I'll be on Fox 2 from 6:30 to 9.
Chef Bobby going to be there?
Chef Bobby will be there.
What's he cooking?
We've got a lot.
All right,
a
I'll
lot
be there.
going on.
I'll be there.
So 6:30 to 9 for Fox 2, 9:30 to 11:30 for Woodward Sports, and then leading up to the game at 1 o'clock.
Don't worry, I'll bring you some gas to wake you up, man. I'll wake you up.
All right, guys, Bray, get us out of here.
Hey, look, man, for Woodward Sports Network, Ermanni and Edwards with Mass, my man Parker JB, we do it best. Brady over there, we appreciate you. You see the pressure we putting on the situation right here. We are your home for Detroit sports.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.